And welcome back to Tuesday Tea and Tarot Talks. This is going to be episode 2. Happy Tuesday. So today I'm not going to be using tarot cards. What? It's Tuesday Tea and Tarot Talk. How are you not going to use tarot cards? I'm going to use an oracle deck. However, it's the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. So it's an oracle deck based off of tarot. So it has the same major arcana, all 22 of the major arcana. But for the minor arcana, there's no court cards, and the numbers only go 1 through 9 as opposed to 1 through 10. But I feel like it's still tarot enough to be in my Tuesday Tea and Tarot Talks. So yes, I'm going to use a different deck every Tuesday up until I run out of tarot decks. I don't think I'll use my just like oracle decks that aren't tarot based, and this is the only tarot based oracle I have. But I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see. Anyways, the tea of today, yeah, it's the same fucking tea. And it's hot. I saw last time that you can't see the steam, but I can see the steam. It's still freaking hot. I'm gonna hold off, but yeah, it's the ginger lemon tea that is not super. It's grown on me. It's not bad, but it's just not very good. Okay, so I don't really have a topic, so I'm just gonna get into it. See what the cards want to talk about. Yeah. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. Also, if you saw, I put up 2 of my alphabet series essay videos yesterday. My Z video and my B video. And my next one is my Y video, which I've only just started. Not just started as in I just started it recently, but I've only started it. I haven't finished it, so I don't know when that one will be up, but yeah, stay tuned for it. So, what are we talking about today? Let's find out. Some cards fell on the ground. So, first up, we have the 4 of Fire, which is called Foundations and Achievements. And next we have Emotional Withdrawal, which is the 8 of Water. So if these were tarot cards, this would be the 4 of Wands, and this would be the 8 of Cups. So what are we talking about? Foundations and Achievements and Emotional Withdrawal. So I remember I said to my friend the other day, because it was her birthday, I was saying, we're so fucking old. Like, I'm 22 years old, and I said that I feel like I haven't really achieved anything in my life. But then I went on to say that, like, well, life isn't really about achievement, right? It's about experience. And so maybe this set of cards could say to take a step back from, viewing life in terms of tangible creations or material achievements, right? Because when we do that, we're never really going to be satisfied, right? Because there's always something better, there's always a higher standard, there's always something else to achieve. But if you withdraw from that and you focus on your innermost emotions, that can act as a guiding light to, what it is that makes you happy. And it probably won't be necessarily those achievements that you may have or may have not achieved. What else? What else can we say? Okay. Oh, harmony. Cute. We got the magician down here, and it's not called the magician, I don't think. It's called awareness. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Because what is the first step? Awareness. Being conscious. Being aware of what it is that you do, what you think, what you feel, and what it is that you want, right? So that's the first step in achieving harmony, in achieving balance, in achieving calm, peace, harmony. Harmony is such a good word. Togetherness, unity, wholeness. You got to really be aware of what do you want? What do you want from life? And are the things that you're doing helping you get there? Are you practicing what you preach, right? Are you acting in alignment with, who you want to be and who you are and who you want to become? I want to sip my tea, but I think it's going to be too hot. Oh my gosh, look, she came back again. So there's something that I'm not communicating yet that still needs to be said. So let's find out. Prioritize rest, right? And give yourself time to recover. Because the world we live in doesn't really allow for that, doesn't prioritize that. But through rest is the only way we can replenish, can rejuvenate, right? If you're not getting enough sleep, that's going to severely impact your ability to exist. If you're not, taking some time to relax, to breathe, to enjoy the simple things in life, like a nice glass of tea, mug, cup of tea. It's definitely too hot, but what are you drinking? Anything good? Let me know in the comments down below. I want more interaction with my two viewers. So far, there's only 2 people that I know of that have actually watched my videos. Maybe 3. I don't know. So leave a comment down below with what you're drinking, or if you're not drinking anything, still leave a comment down below with any thoughts that come up during these talks, or any suggestions for maybe a topic for next time, or anything. So nice. Oh, it's so nice. Where were you? You'll get the reference if you're my sister. Some other people might as well if you've seen that video on the internet. But my sister and I love to just say things that reference videos on the internet. Okay. Oh, so that's another thing that this deck has. Is it has the 7 chakras And so this is the base or the root, um, which is our grounding, the place where we ground, right? How we connect to reality. Um, Interesting. So I think that coming out right after rest and rejuvenate is sort of highlighting the importance of, taking time to just rest and connect. The person is sitting crisscross applesauce like on the grass under a tree, you know, receiving, probably grounding down into the earth, connecting to, your energetic body, your internal world, because we spend a lot of time, you know, existing in not super real or natural spaces. Especially if you're like me and you're always on the fucking internet. Not always, but when you're not outside or doing other things in the real world, you're spending your alone time on the internet consuming. Um, can have very detrimental effects. And so we need to connect to ourselves and to the natural world around us and connect to each other, right? Rejoice in celebration. Um, Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to yourself in a positive, happy way, because I do a lot of negative self talk and for literally no reason. It doesn't need to be happening. So turn to your mirror and say, you're awesome, you're cool, you're strong, and you deserve good things in life. I have a mirror over here, if that wasn't obvious. I'm so goofy. I should have waited a little bit before I started recording because I don't like to drink my tea super hot, which is weird because I love tea. But I guess it's good because I do tend, like, I used to really have a habit of drinking things way too quickly. So I guess it's slowing me down. But my sister and I have this thing. It's called PTDT. So is your tea PTDT, which is perfect tea drinking temperature? Because we used to drink a lot of green tea, and green tea tastes like really good at PTDT, at perfect tea drinking temperature. Like it tastes far superior. I don't know. It's just a thing. So my tea is not PTDT right now. I don't think. Well, let me try again. Yeah, no. If it hurts going in, it's not PTDT. But it does taste good. Okay. Actually, let me just take a moment to look at all the cards we've looked at so far. I don't use this deck a lot. Recently, I've really only been using my Rider-Waite-Smith. So first we had well, I know I've lost the order. But whatever. I know we had this first. Foundations and Achievement, right? And then we had Emotional Withdrawal. And then I think we had Awareness next, right? And then Rest and Rejuvenate. And then we had this. So in order to become aware of the foundations we create and the things that we can achieve, you have to remove yourself from, the idea of what it would be like to achieve those things. Because I think we trap ourselves with idealistic versions of things, which prevent us from seeing, the rainbow, seeing the beautiful things around us. Um, and so through grounding yourself in what's real and what has really changed and what has really made a big difference in your life, that's how we can be more grateful, because I think gratitude is an attitude that I need to adopt, that we need to adopt, because YOLO, you only live once. We're only on this rock in these meat suits one time, as far as we know. So we might as well make the most of it, right? And how do we make the most of it? We'd be grateful for all the things, even the shitty things. Just kidding. The shitty things you don't really have to be grateful for. Let me go on a tangent real quick. I hate when people say that everything happens for a reason, because it's true. Everything happens for a reason, but the reason that something happens isn't always a good reason. It isn't always justified. It isn't always right. So, no, you were not abused for a reason. You were not taken advantage of, manipulated for a reason. You didn't have to go through those experiences in order to learn some lesson, in order to become who you really are. No, there are just shitty people in this world. That's the reality. And so I really hate when people say everything happens for a reason and you need to be grateful for those experiences, because no you don't. Not always. You got to be grateful most of the time, but you don't need to be grateful for everything. Okay, let me get another card. I don't know how long it's been. It feels like it's been a long time, but I don't really know. Obstacles and challenges. So, what do we do when we're faced with hard times, obstacles and challenges, bad things that we don't want to feel grateful for? What do we do? Right? Ooh. Reflect on how you got into that situation. Reflect on how it made you feel. What it did to you. And what did you here I go contradicting myself. What did you learn for it, right? What did you sacrifice? What did you give up of yourself? And was it necessary? Because I think of relationships, and I've never really been in a romantic relationship, so I don't have a lot of experience on this. But I know a lot of people often give up a lot of themselves in relationships. And people say relationships are about compromise, and that I agree with, but compromise is different than sacrifice, right? Because sacrifice is just giving up something, right? Whereas compromise is both parties giving up and coming to an agreement because of each other's sacrifices for each other. And so use your discernment, use your intuition, because I know you're so intuitive, to make sure you're not giving up too much in all aspects, not just in relationships, but in every aspect of life. Okay, I think I'm going to get one more group of cards after this next sip of tea. And that's going to be it, because my head's starting to hurt. And that's my intuition being like, right? Because, things can manifest in the body, right? Listen to your body. Listen to yourself. Because you are your best source of wisdom. It's reaching PTDT. PTDT. Did I say that right? Yeah, I did. Mm. Mm. Another way you can tell if you're holding the mug like this, it won't be burning your hand if it's PTDT. Okay. Final set of cards. How do you want to sign off for the day? To end this Tuesday tea and tarot talk, they want to say that we're taking part in some positive movement forward, right? That's what I like to hear. Oh. That heartache, that loss, that grief, that pain. We're moving forward. We're sailing onwards, regardless. Why? Because we're strong. We have power. We can do it. I love you.